Hello, welcome to EDUT 586. My name is Bill Selleck, he, him. I'm your instructor for this course. So, let's talk a little bit about me, a little bit about this course, a little bit about each kind of week and assignment, and then you're going to hop over to week number 1, listen to that video, start going through all those assets. Week number 1 hits the ground running, so make sure to head over there pretty quickly. So, this course, welcome. The goal is to equip you, educators, with ed tech, educational technology, current tools, trends, with the ultimate aim of furthering student engagement. So there is a heavy influence of the ISTE standards, the International Society of Technology and Education. You're going to see those woven throughout the course. If you're not following ISTE on social media and you're on social media, it'd be worth at this point hopping on, give them a little follow, and start engaging. They don't get a lot of engagement on Instagram, so if you happen to be on there, start messaging and you can get to know some of the folks that run their communications. They're good people there. So let's look very briefly, high-level overview of each week. You're going to get a video each week from me where I'm going to go into way more details about what the content is, what the discussion boards are, and what the assignments are. So I'm not going to dig into those right now, but I want you to see kind of the big picture of it. So week 1, you're going to get an introduction to the course like now. I talk a little bit about the What's New About Me presentation. That is a video you're going to make in week number 1, post it to discussion board number 1, using a tool that maybe is new to you. My suggestions are using the Clips app if you have an iOS or iPad OS device, or Canva for Education. They have some really good assets. Adobe Express would probably be my third recommendation for creating a presentation or a video for What's New About Me, and you're going to embed that eventually in a website that you're going to be creating. So week number 2, you're going to talk about your online presence. We're going to look at a class website, which is what you're going to be doing. You're going to slowly build out a giant Google site, and so more as the course comes along with that. Week number 3, we're going beyond the textbook. Using technology, we go deep into the ISTE standards in week number 4. Or number 3, week 4 is building a PLN, a professional learning network, with Twitter or X. Depending on how long or how active you are or have been on Twitter, I'm going to keep calling it Twitter because X feels ridiculous. Twitter is interesting right now. It used to be the most robust place to find edtech resources, find like-minded progressive edtech educators trying to really implement technology in thoughtful ways into their classrooms. And it's weird now. So hang in there for that. I'll talk more about that in week 4. But if you see that and you're just like, oof, I don't know about that, I think as educators, we all collectively are like, yeah, I don't know about that. But we'll get you through that assignment. It'll be good. It'll be worthwhile. And you'll likely say, I'm glad I did that. You're going to get a grade, so you're going to do the assignment regardless, right? Let's be real. Week number 5 is collaborating through digital tools. Week 6 is planning and grant writing. We'll talk specifically around actually putting out a grant, mini grant. You're not going to write a 100-page proposal. You'll learn more about that, and the great tool to have in your tool belt. Week 7 is the flipped classroom, and then week 8 is just very generally reflections on technology integration in education. So course policies, academic honesty. Please make sure your work is original work. Read through our School of Education policies around plagiarism, understand what it is and what it isn't. Particularly, Turnitin has a few different resources that are really useful. I have a wide variety of feelings about Turnitin, and we'll leave it at that for now. But make sure that you understand what plagiarism is and isn't, and what the academic honesty policies for our School of Education are and are not. So make sure you review the late submission policy. You're able to submit late assignments, but you do lose points. So take a look at that, make sure you understand that, and based on that, I encourage you to submit on time. Nearly all assignments are due Sunday by midnight, and nearly all discussion board posts, the initial post is due Thursday by midnight for your initial post, and then response to 2 classmates the following Sunday, 3-ish days later, Sunday by midnight. So, lots of resources for you. Most of what you're going to be doing is going to be APA formatted. Make sure you're using the 7th edition of the APA formatting. Purdue OWL is a link under APA resources. That's fantastic. Also, if you're using generative AI tools, those are great and they know APA formatting. So you can upload a PDF of an assignment and say, please review this for APA formatting, give me any suggestions, and you will get great feedback on that. Additionally, our school's Writing Center can give you specific feedback about that. They take longer. They take up to a week, depending on the time in the quarter, whereas something like ChatGPT or Google Gemini can give you feedback in under a minute. So all amazing resources. It's just a matter of learning which resource is going to be the right one for you to get some feedback on your writing. We do have a writing template. It's the School of Education writing template. So take a look at that. That's going to knock out the structures, the fonts, the margins for you. What else? So Grammarly, it's interesting that the School of Ed has some policies around not using generative AI text, and we are also suggesting that you use Grammarly to give you grammar suggestions. Not surprisingly, Grammarly has significantly changed their platform in the last year to actually use AI to leverage feedback that they're giving you. If you have to pick one, you're looking for feedback, I think write it in something like Google Docs or Microsoft Word, paste it into generative AI like ChatGPT. The free or paid version is great, and you'll get some feedback. Give it a prompt like, I'm a graduate student in an EdTech master's program. Maybe copy and paste the Google Doc that says, here's the assignment that I have to do, and then also paste in, here's my assignment. I would love some feedback, and you'll get some great feedback. An example of plagiarism would be, hey, ChatGPT, write my paper for me. I'm going to give you almost no prompt. You're not going to know my style. Just write a paper for me. That part's not good. Make sure you're looking at the course website. You're going through all of that for all the examples and directions and course description stuff. Yeah, that's a lot. Whew. I didn't talk about me much, so let's get to know me. My name, as I said, is Bill Selleck. Feel free to call me Bill. He, him. My day job is Director of Technology at Hillbrook School. This is year 10 for me. We are a K-12 school in the San Jose area. So we have a K-8 school that's 88 years old, and then a high school starting grades 9, and we're starting grade 10 in the fall. That's 1 year old. So yeah, we've been around for a while. We're a progressive, independent, or private school. I have 3 kids. They all go to Hillbrook. They're in grades 3, 5, and 6. Before I was tech director, I was teaching mostly elementary school, kindergarten, second grade. Second grade's my favorite. And then 4th and 5th grade music. We did some fantastic projects in songwriting and music videos in those courses, or in those classes that I taught. We don't call them courses when they're 4th graders. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my CV to see how long I've been here. I've taught, I think, every master's course in the EdTech Master's program, some under curriculum and instruction. Taught most of them. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the just EdTech tools, latest and greatest. Here's what they are. Here's why we use them. Here's how they empower teachers and students. Here's how they make classes and assignments more student-centered, how they make learning stickier through multimedia creation. Just it's all good stuff. I'll talk more in the week 1 video about Namely, but I'm a board member of Namely, the National Association of Media Literacy Education. I'm also the co-chair of their annual conference. So if you're looking for a conference, it's a good one. It's 2 days. It is online. It's in July. It's virtual, and I can get you in if you can't afford it. Let me know. It's under $100 to get in. It's maybe $50, which is one of the cheapest conferences you can go to. Anyway, it's good stuff. They're phenomenal people. Membership is free. Resources they share on social media are fantastic. What else about them? The reason I bring them up is because we're going to be consuming a lot of media, video, images, text, all the stuff, looking at it critically, and then talking about how we as teachers consume media with students and critique it and look at it critically. And then what I think is actually more exciting is how we as educators create content, and then thinking about how we create it critically, who the audience is, how we want them to feel or think, or what we want them to learn through it. And then similarly with our students, working with them to create media and then walking them through explicitly, like, media is manipulative, kind of by design. Like, you want someone to feel or think differently, so let's talk through like how you can do that, what those levers are. And then as we create or consume media, example would be just watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos. What's the agenda, and how do we look at that media or that news through a critical lens? So that's about me. That's about the course. Head over to the week 1 course. If you have any questions or thoughts, please reach out. Otherwise, welcome to EDUT 586.